Oh, hey there. I see you wanted to see my record collection. You didn't? Well, you're going to, because I'm going to educate you as to what kind of sounds you should put in your ears. Have you ever gotten into George Harrison's solo career? No? Looks like someone's not a real Beatle fan. I mean, if you don't like the Beatles, it's like your music taste is lame. What about John Lennon's solo career? Did you ever get into him? No? Wow. That's fine if you're just like a basic Beatle fan. It's totally cool. In fact, let me see if I can find a little Beatle record for you. Oh, you don't even like the Beatles? That's like a really elementary atomic block of music taste. Good music taste. Hasn't anyone ever told you that your human worth is dependent, contingent upon what kind of sounds you put in your ears, upon what kind of noises you listen to? If you listen to certain types of noises, you're a commoner, a peasant, an absolute noob. But if you listen to Eric Burden and the Animals, then that means that you have sophistication to you. You're just better, smarter, stronger, faster. So, have you ever even heard of Eric Burden and the Animals? No? Wow. Okay, that's totally cool. What about Helen Mirren? No? Totally cool. Have you ever even heard of the classics? Like, not this modern day, like, completely, like, I was gonna say Justin Bieber, but that's actually pretty vintage and retro now, so it's like liking Justin Bieber's back in. It's much like liking Michael Jackson. It's like, yeah, it was lame and passe to like Michael Jackson when he was like in his popular like phase, but now that it's like passe, retro, and vintage, and especially now that he's dead, it's like super in. It's like super in. Likewise, if Justin Bieber ever dies, oh my god, is Baby gonna hit the #1 top of the pops of just being an automatic classic? People are gonna be all like, oh yeah, I was listening to it back in like when it freaking came out, and I was like there before anyone else was, and I loved him before anyone thought it was cool. Have you even heard of Beethoven? Yeah, he also freaking died, and after he died, his music became really good. When he was alive, it wasn't that good, but when he died, it became really freaking good, like so good. Have you ever listened to The Singing Nun? You're not into that sort of like cutesy classics? That's totally cool, honestly. Like, that's not a vibe, okay? The real vibe that we're going for, like, if you listen to anything that's not 40-plus-year-old men having chronic indigestion on a loop with an echo with like 7 pedals going, it's not real music, you know? Think The Strokes, think Interpol, think Talking Heads, think Arcade Fire, think you know, those sort of bands. You know, that's real music. Joy Division, New Order, that's real music. It's just a bunch of elderly men having indigestion looping that. That's why they sing the way they do. It's like they're trying to keep the burps down. I bet you probably do like the sound of music, don't you? Does the sound of music make you happy? Does Beyonce make you happy? Does Katy Perry make you happy? Lady Gaga? Wow. You're really happy about that, aren't you? Gay with glee. Yeah, that's some gay shit right there. Sorry about that. It just is what it is. Do you even listen to the Sleeping Beauty Tchaikovsky ballet? Yeah, it's pronounced Tchaikovsky. If you don't pronounce the name of these composers correctly, then your human value, your worth as a human being, diminished. It's been debunked. It's like you've been knocked down a couple of pegs in your value as a human being. Like, you know how they say women and children first when it comes to like Titanic sort of situations? Yeah, if you can't name a composer correctly, let alone even name one in the first place, but if you can't use the correct pronunciation of an composer from a different country that has 14 letters in their name and a lot of them are consonants, and it's all pronounced in a way that is not vernacularly familiar to you, and you can't say it correctly, then your worth as a human being has been demoted to such a degree that you do not make it to the rowboats. You are not allowed safety. You cannot, sorry, you and your ignorance will die in the Atlantic Ocean. Tell me you listen to the Kinks. No? Wow. I know Lola is like about a trans woman, but I think she identifies as a trans woman. But if you don't listen to the Kinks, that makes you gay, but not in a cool way. It makes you gay in a bad way, where you're not listening to good music. Yeah, that's right. Listening to like Liza Minnelli and like listening to like Prince and like listening to like Cher, it makes you gay in a really good way. But not listening to them makes you gay in a really bad way. It's just philosophy. I mean, I'm sorry, but like it's it's science. It's math. It's empirical. Anyways, what do you think about Tori Amos? Yeah, that's just sad girl nonsense. It really isn't cool. It's not like a male talking about, you know, getting off in a bathroom in some dingy bar somewhere that no one will ever know about, but somehow becomes this iconic place like Studio 51, although that one's more like, well, yeah, it's still a bar, or the Factory, Andy Warhol's place, or the Chelsea Hotel. It's like, because some man had sex there, now it is forever marked in musical history as, oh, Leonard Cohen gave Janis Joplin head there. What about McCartney's solo career? Of course you can get into him. Wow. The predecessor for all indie music. Wow, you don't even know it? Damn, that's insane. I bet you do freaking like the Cinderella soundtrack, don't you? Basic. Am I programming in Basic right now? Because it sounds pretty basic. Do you even like Sir Thomas Beckham or this sort of album cover art? Wow. Insane. It truly is. I'm gonna light a candle to mourn the death of music because people like you exist to just not know about it. No, I won't be teaching you about it. What the hell? This is supposed to be social cred. I can't just give you social cred that I have actively worked for willy-nilly. I mean, my father didn't tell me that he would disown me if I didn't listen to the correct music for nothing. My Robert De Niro looking knockoff brother didn't tell me, oh, you should be listening to this music, otherwise you're gay. And I'm like, bro, what? It's like, if your mega slut of an older brother doesn't tell you, hey, you should listen to this music, as he's like barely washing his ass and sticks his dingleberries to the shower wall, it's like, do you even have good music taste if you're not listening to the same music that other guys who haven't washed beneath their foreskin listen to? It's like, of course you don't. You don't. Have you ever listened to The Enchanted Journey? Yeah, you probably do. What about The Wizard of Oz and your 6 favorite stories? Wow. Insane. Here we go. Yeah. You probably do like this album. It's probably your favorite album. Either this one or like freaking like, I don't know, you probably call, I don't know. Can you name me like 3 Beatle albums real quick? Oh, you can't? Do you need a little help with that? Of course you wouldn't get that joke. Another Eric Burdon and the Animals. Not like it means anything to you, but it's totally cool. Excuse me one moment. I'm trying to find something a little more your pace. What about the Monkees? 3 out of 4 of them are dead, so once the 4th one dies, you know their music is going to skyrocket to being like the top of the pops. It's going to be like, oh my god, yes, music history, like music icon. It's like music icons now. But I liked them before it was cool. I still like them before they were cool. Like, the Monkees, I loved them before they were cool. I was there, before their conception. And I was there watching them be born. And I was there saying, wow, I'm going to love their music. Every sound they ever made in their entire life, I was there to witness, including them ripping through their mothers and the sounds that therein of created. And I went, wow, these boys have a promising record career ahead of them. Anyways, I don't really think you would ever appreciate anything that I'm going to show you, and it's really just a waste of time because I don't see you as anything except a joke. Have you ever watched the movie The Graduate? Wow, no. Anyways, I'm going to get the Joseph Gordon-Levitt boy, and you're probably just going to get like an accountant as like a future partner, because that's really all that matters. So you take care, psych, and yeah, this was awkward. You make me a little uncomfortable. You're still here. I hate myself so much.